Welcome to Recognized Game presented by Gym Mint 10 Sports on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and wherever you get your streaming services. I am EB, the owner and creator of In My Bag Apparel. You'll see that all around me. We are live on TikTok as well. With me, as always, is my brother and co-host, the owner and head barber of Bullies Cuts and Styles in Denver, Colorado, CB the Bully. What's happening, homie?
What it do, big bro? How
Oh,
you
you know, we
doing?
back at it. We back at it, man. Like you said earlier, a lot to get to today, so let's just hop right into it, man. First off, we got some breaking-ish news. Deebo Samuel, the wide receiver from the San Francisco 49ers, has been traded to the Washington Commanders for a fifth-round pick. I don't know about you, but I think that's a hell of a sneaky pick for Washington. I was listening to P. Scott earlier. Shout out P. Scott from the Playbook podcast. And he was talking about how we do this all the time, where a team reaches so far one season, and we think, okay, they add a piece, they retool, and they automatically are just going to get further. You know, like we thought with the Bengals a couple of years ago, and we think the same thing with Washington because they got to the conference finals or the conference championship game, excuse me. But you know, whether or not they get back, we did the same thing with the Texans as well. But whether or not they get back to where they were this season, it's a great piece to add to have Deebo Samuel added for a second-year talent like Jaden Daniels.
Absolutely, man. It's a big move.
Absolutely, Max. Shout out P. Scott for sure. Let's get into some hoop, though. We do have the conference tournaments of the NCAA, both men's and women's basketball, kicking off this week. And the women's tournament has already started off somewhat interestingly. South Carolina and Texas had had identical records, both in conference and for their similar schedules for who they played against. They had the same records against them that would have, usually given a team the tiebreaker. So this year, with them having identical records and all of those things, the number one seed came down to a coin flip.
Damn.
Yeah. South Carolina won the coin flip, so they will be the number one overall seed going into the tournament, which starts this week, as well as, like I said, the men's tournament is getting started. Another interesting piece from college basketball this week is Master P was named the president of basketball operations at the University of New Orleans.
Damn, shout out Master P.
For real. Yeah, shout out Juju for sure. I saw that. USC will be doing their thing in the tournament as well. Let's get right into some NBA, man. Talk a little bit about the Lakers. Good week for them. 7-2 since Luka arrived. It started off with a couple of trash teams, so it wasn't really much to make of it. But since, they've beaten the Clippers, the T-Wolves, the Nuggets all this week, on top of us getting to see the first Luka versus Dallas matchup, what do you think about that?
Oh man, it's I think it's one of the greatest games for a player to come back and beat one of their teams. I think Shaq had a big game against Orlando, but besides that, it was one of the biggest games I've seen against the next team. I know LeBron had to go through it too, but this was huge. It's exactly when he started getting comfortable. Nico probably shouldn't have showed up.
Yeah, he should not have showed up.
Especially since AD wasn't playing. Yeah, bro, I'm loving what I'm seeing.
Agreed, man. And Luka didn't have the best night shooting, even though he started off hot.
Yeah.
Hit one, looked right at the Dallas bench, was chirping his shit from the beginning of the game. And I was even texting you during the game, like he got that look. And first when the trade happened, I was unsure about it, like we talked about on here, but I'm starting to believe, man, and like Luka brought something to LA that it didn't have. It just kind of felt like for a while we've been going through this, we're the Lakers, we should be great kind of thing, but like the intensity that Luka brings is just, it's different than what we've had recently. It might be the change of scenery, I don't know what it is, but it's been nice.
He's a killer. He's definitely shredded some weight. He's light on his feet. The jumper's there. You can see it's full follow through if you watch the game tonight. Man, it's full Luka, man. Like, I don't think he lost a step. The management, I feels like the ownership and Luka really got into it. It probably started around the beer snatch from Finley. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there was a lot more going on behind the scenes that we didn't see. But, man, It feels good, bro, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see historical finals of Boston, LA
I,
once again.
I wouldn't count it out right now, but Luka finished that game against Dallas with 16, 15, and 12, notching his 91st career triple double and becoming the third player joining LeBron James and Russell Westbrook to have a triple double against every team in the NBA. Joker's 29 out of 30. Only team he doesn't have one against, obviously, Denver Nuggets.
Right. Until he comes to LA as well.
Wow. Lucas never leave. When he leaves Denver, he retires. Or Joker, excuse
Yeah.
me. You've been paying attention to the Suns at all?
No, man. It's kind of hard to see a team with so many talented players not doing too well.
Right. I just
many other games.
agreed. I just got done watching them with the T-Wolves tonight, and it just doesn't click for a whole game. And with all the stuff that happened going towards the trade deadline, you can imagine things would be a little tense in Phoenix. But apparently, it may work out this summer to where the team and Kevin Durant work together to find a place to trade Kevin Durant too. And they're said to be, this is all coming from Shams, 4 to 6 teams that'll be interested in shelling out for KD. On top of the fact that he'll be an expiring contract, so he kind of has some leverage in the situation. But it looks like, depending on what Phoenix does for the end of the year, which doesn't look like anything, and what some of these teams do going into the off season, that'll kind of determine where and how this all goes down with Kevin Durant.
It's classic KD, man. I don't understand, bro. Like, you just don't want to try to make shit work. I don't understand.
I mean, he didn't want to get traded at the deadline, kind of for that reason. It hasn't worked. So, like, what else do you? It's not even just him this time. I mean, even in Phoenix, what do? You imagine they're going to hold on to Devin Booker, him being their franchise piece, and then the easiest piece to move on from is Kevin Durant, because Bradley Beal's contract is still ass. Even though I read something today that said the Wizards were even interested. They thought about bringing him back before the trade deadline.
Where can Kevin Durant go? Let's think about that. Who could they trade for him? What would be a good look for the Suns and a different team?
Minnesota, San Antonio.
Minnesota for who? Gobert, Nas Reed.
Probably Nas Reed, some picks. San Antonio has a bunch of picks. Even the Thunder have a bunch of picks. You have to wonder what happens with them. If they can make it to the finals, they probably wouldn't want to rock the boat too much. But if they go out early, to a team they were expected to be, you could think they want to add another piece, and Kevin Durant could be that guy with all of the assets that they have in Oklahoma City. I can see that as an option.
Yeah, that sounds like a good option. Anything's possible now, huh?
Yeah, seriously, Luka got traded.
Anything's possible now.
Some more somber notes. Jalen Suggs has been ruled out for the season. He was actually working back from a quad injury when he had some discomfort in his knee, and that ended up being the thing that is taking him out for the year, which is too bad, because when they had all of their pieces super early in the year, and even when Paolo and the Wagner boys went down, Suggs was holding it down for Orlando, and he's kind of been that missing piece ever since, even though they got the rest of the team back. Yeah. Jalen Suggs has kind of been the guy that kept them on path, and it's been rough without him.
So now it's going to be up to Cole,
Anthony Black,
KCP.
They have Jalen Suggs. You got to think Steph doesn't get that 56.
Yeah. Paulo's over there now. Paulo's healthy. What about the Wagner boys? How they looking?
They're still healthy, but the team as a whole has not looked as good as they did to start the year.
Right.
They fell off hard. They were like a 3 seed for the first half of the season.
A lot like Houston.
Houston's still in it, though. What are they, 5th right now?
Yeah, 5th.
Orlando's like 9-10 or something like that. I don't remember exactly what they are in the standings, but they fell from 3rd, to play in, maybe even out right now.
Whole decline.
It's been bad.
Hate to see
Joel Embiid also been ruled out for the rest of the year. He admitted, even in some interviews during games, that another surgery is probably necessary for him to get consistently back on the court. Or I don't even know if you can say that because it's never been consistent. But for him to be his best self, he said another knee surgery is necessary. So all
Still
we can
trusting the process? Is that what's going on here? Are we still supposed to think that this man's supposed to have a full season in him?
I don't know about anything. I'm not thinking that. It's but Philly has to. Like, who's gonna trade for him with that kind of money invested in him?
Yeah, bro. You'd rather have AD on your team. It's kind of crazy.
Wild.
It is wild, but hopefully Embiid, man, you can make a full recovery and have the longest season of your career.
There we go. There you go. That's positive.
Absolutely, bro. I'm trying. I'm working on that.
That's good, man. You got any shoe news this week?
Man, there's a lot of shoe news, bro. Let's see what's going on. Shit. Kyrie got some shoes from one of his fans before the Laker game. Wore them on the court. Dropped 35. Met with Kobe and Gigi. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was pretty dope. And
he balled in that game too. That's another reason why I still have belief in that Mavericks team. Kyrie is doing his thing.
He's definitely doing this thing, bro. Telling you, if the man was 6'5", 6'6", we'd be thinking this is another Kobe on the court. But D Book dropped the Moab-inspired Book Ones, crazy fire brown colorway. KD dropped some bacon-inspired Nikes, which went crazy as hell. There were a lot of good shoes that dropped this week.
Very nice. Also, I saw a teaser for the Rush Hour 3 inspired Ja Morant 2s.
Ooh,
they're like that like albino crocodile color, almost like a creamish. They were kind of cool.
Creamish, pinkish, whitish. You see the giraffe colorway he dropped?
Yeah, we talked about it on this show.
Oh, okay. He probably just wore them again.
Talked
about a giraffe color shoe. I wasn't sure whose it was this week. That week.
Well, it's because why it's giraffe colored.
No.
There's a giraffe. It was a baby. There's a baby giraffe at the Memphis Zoo that they named Giraffe.
Respect.
And then that's how the whole thing came to be now.
Respect.
Did you see that? I guess there was 11 people charged with stealing $440,000 worth of J's off a train in Arizona.
I did see that footage. That was a while ago, wasn't it?
Like 2 weeks, maybe.
Okay, so they just charged all those people, huh?
The Nigel Sylvester Jordan 4 collabs, $440,000 worth. So like 4 pairs of shoes. Got them bitches off.
What you doing when you see people rushing back and forth with boxes of shoes? What are you doing in that instance?
I'm grabbing my size at minimum.
You grabbing 2 of that size.
I mean, if you there, you better grab your own. What you mean?
Oh man.
If you're not there, I got you.
Iowa, dog, and I'm over here, and we FaceTiming while you out making drives, and you say niggas is running with shoes. I'm like, bruh, look closely for that extra pair, my boy.
I will. My whole thing also would be, don't get greedy because niggas like to shoot sometimes. So like, if I get one pair, I got to get in, get out. You know what I'm saying?
Get in, get out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Get in, get out of there is what I'm saying.
Also, the Freak Sixes. The Freak Sixes dropped a Buzz Lightyear colorway.
Nice.
Which is kind of crazy. I wouldn't rock it, but they're dope. I kind of fuck with the Sixes, though. The Freak Sixes are kind of
hard. This isn't necessarily shoe news, but I saw some pics of Coogee NBA Protege collab. It's like a bunch of fits, like hoodies, zip-ups, shorts, tank tops, T-shirts. It's Coogee NBA, and it looks like, from what I saw, they should be representing every team. So like each team will have a dope little set of clothes from Coogee with their wild patterns and stuff like that. But they look dope.
Hell yeah, Coogee making this. I don't know if they ever went away, but I haven't heard of Coogee for a minute.
It's been a lot quieter than it was in the 90s, for sure.
For sure.
Did you get to see Elimination Chamber?
I watched it as I watched the Laker game.
Cool. So we can talk about it. I was gonna anyway, but you're up to date, my guy.
I'm up today. I'm up to today's date or that date only. I didn't watch anything leading into it for real.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I was one of those people. I did it on this show that criticized the WWE as far as this not being the most exciting journey on the road to WrestleMania.
I gotta say that was in my head the whole time watching today too.
But from the beginning of the show, WWE was basically like, "Yo, E, are we good now?" So, like, first off, let me say that
We're good.
we are on the road now. Like,
All right.
because you got to think the first thing that happens is the women's elimination chamber. They get all the women in their chambers, and right when the match is finna start between Naomi and Liv Morgan, Jade Cargill's music hits, and she comes back for the first time since she got attacked months ago. And all this was building up to Liv Morgan and Raquel allegedly being the ones that did it. But this whole time, and I think I said it on here too, I thought it was Naomi this whole time. She sees Jade and Bianca as tag team champions and best friends, and Jade just got there. She's kind of left in the background, like, "Yo, this is my girl," whatever. So she took out Jade to move in, and she helped defend the tag team championships until they lost them last week. There was also that little moment because Naomi's friends with Jordan Grace, who's now in NXT. There was a moment at the Rumble where Bianca got a little jealous of that friendship. We talked about that on here too. But I knew it was Naomi the whole fucking time. But Jay comes in and beats the brakes off of her.
Yeah,
Just call it like it is.
like Brock Lesnar in his heyday.
And bounces.
Yeah.
Well played by Bianca. She was playing it up in her cells, screaming, trying to get out. She couldn't do anything about it. Everybody was locked in already. But just right there, now we're building towards. We can't even really say on this one because now that Bianca's won the chamber,
she's got WrestleMania covered.
We got to. I guess we'll see what happens with the storyline leading up to, and what happens because I know a lot of people, myself included, were waiting for this Jade Cargill Bianca match.
So, yeah, it sounds like Jade might pull up again.
So we'll have to see what happens, but we'll definitely find out some more information tomorrow night on Raw, which would be cool. Not much in the way of storylines really in the women's match. Maybe some things between Roxanne Perez and Bayley. They've had the story going for a while now. But other than that, we really don't know what's going to happen with a lot of these women. Liv Morgan is what's that?
I fuck with seeing Trish Stratus back, man.
I don't like her. I am not a Trish Stratus fan. Like, she is one of the worst acts as far as coming back. Like, every time she comes back, it's like
years, bro.
For what? Like, why do you keep? And then this shit, I don't like Trish Stratus. I wasn't even gonna talk about that match. I was just gonna say that it happened.
Well, watch out because she's about to make a run.
Tiffany Stratton's the shit. I like Tiffany Stratton.
This is like it feels like she was just waiting for Vince to get the hell up out of there.
Who?
Trish.
So what? Like, she does nothing. It doesn't matter. Like, she's just not fun to watch.
I thought it was dope.
Yeah, cool. I mean, and it was for you then, and it was not for me. But KO and Sami Zayn. That's for me. I'm cool with that. That was crazy. No holds barred, unsanctioned match. Left it all out there. KO ends up getting a win, picking that up, and then we get another big step on our road to WrestleMania while KO is trying to inflict more damage on Sami Zayn post-match. I hear voices in my head hits, and here comes Randy Orton. Orton makes the save. He also was put out by one of those package pile drivers from Kevin Owens. So now we have this build. We got to think Sammy will probably be out of action for a while, so we'll have this build towards WrestleMania for Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, which I think will be a really good, really solid program.
Yeah.
What about you, sir?
I'm all for Randy Orton in the ring, man. He's one of my favorite in the ring today and back then. So
yeah, he's still going strong.
Hell yeah, man.
And then the men's chamber match ending the night. We get a lot more in the way of story advancement here with some of these guys because some of these rumored Mania feuds got some more tea leaves, if you will, spread through here. I know Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre or something they'll be building towards WrestleMania. Priest ended up getting the roll up, screwing McIntyre out of the chamber match, just like he eliminated him in the Royal Rumble. And then also this CM Punk Seth Rollins story still kind of going, and that's said to be a triple threat between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. So we'll see how that builds on the road as well. But you know, the story here was how it all went down, how it all ended. John Cena ties Triple H with his 4th Elimination Chamber win. And as he's celebrating, Cody Rhodes' music hits. And not too long after, here comes The Rock and Travis Scott, which was interesting as well.
What the hell is Travis Scott doing there?
I don't know. This whole I want your soul, sell your soul shit has been kind of corny to me. I don't like it. But like what they're doing with it has been cool. Just like The Rock and Cody themselves have been cheesy as fuck to me in this give me your soul, you're my friend bullshit stuff. But like what we're getting out of it is going to be dope, because I thought that if Cody turned him down, which ultimately happened here, can we get a John Cena heel turn for the first time since Thugonomics? You know what I'm saying? So like,
I like heel Cena, man. I fuck with it. I like how he was all smiles. He's been all smiles since coming back.
And what I've noticed is since he's come back, and I don't remember who I was listening to that said it. He's been like overacting, like being super kind of cartoony and like almost like John Cena the actor acting as John Cena the wrestler. You know what I mean?
Super chipper and all that.
Yeah, and like just
like
over
like farewell tour.
He was over expressive and things like that. But that was one of the things that had people thinking that there could be a heel turn. There could be a heel turn coming because he's just overly expressive, and he was doing it here. You can see it like even when Cody tells Rock to go fuck himself, Cena's like,
yeah, oh yeah, he was
going crazy about
playing with the crowd and everything.
Yeah, and he had been stretching that out this whole time. So for him to go in for that embrace, only for Rock to do that, and Rock's throat cut thing is weird too, because it was like it started as a throat, but it went up like the side of his face. that like Rock poked himself in the eye with that, so I wasn't sure where he was going with this, but that was the signal. John Cena knew what it meant.
It's acting, bro. It's an actor thing. You don't know
like,
shit about
well, because I thought it could have been like the Joker smile thing, but he started at the neck and went up his goddamn cheek.
Yeah, that's theater move, dog.
I didn't know. Okay, well, never mind. I'm uneducated. I'm not cultured like that. But
you can't do it like the Undertaker, which got the illest fucking neck cut ever.
Yeah, but you could have stayed on.
Actually, Kane's is hard too, though.
They're pretty similar, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Kane's is more double-handed. I don't know. They might be the same.
Yeah, they're a lot. You know, believe it or not,
Undertaker might have his tongue out and then his eyes roll back, but
Kane might too.
He might too.
Well, I guess he took the mask off.
What does young Kane look like too? You know what I'm saying? Did he have the whole hairline when he had the mask at the beginning? Because once he took it off, that shit was crazy. It's a good question. What young Kane look like? We know what young Mysterio look like.
So Rock gives him the signal, and and John Cena low blow to Cody Rhodes, and then it's open season on his ass. And Travis Scott also gets involved, which was what was he doing? Was he spraying?
He's gearing up to have a wrestling match. I think he wanted a wrestling match.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, he like get speed or something.
Travis Scott, Bad Bunny.
Travis Scott better beat the shit out of Bad Bunny.
See, you're saying that, which tells me that you haven't seen Bad Bunny in the ring.
I have not, but I have seen him do a little bit of shit on the fence. You know
what you seen Travis Scott do?
Nah, shit. Jump on stage. I seen Travis Scott kill people. Too soon? All right. Never mind.
Yes, it was too soon. But you know, we get heel John Cena, man, and I'm excited. I don't want to be too excited yet because we got this heel turn with a New Day not too long ago, and they haven't done anything with it. They have no choice but to do something with this John Cena turn. I just hope they don't. I just hope it doesn't suck. Like all this time we've been waiting for John to turn on all these little kids, and it might suck, but we'll find out. Hopefully it doesn't. I don't think it will, but I just don't want to get overly excited. You know what I'm saying?
Is it me, or does it seem like there were more wrestlers back then than there are today?
What do you mean?
I don't know. It just doesn't seem like there's that many wrestlers.
There's a fuck ton of wrestlers. What do you mean?
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I was watching two different corporations at once. I don't know.
Well, there's also two different ones at once you could watch now.
True. I don't watch a lot of SmackDown, and I don't really watch any of them, but all the main guys I feel like I see all the time.
There's other people.
My bad, bro. My bad, WWE.
But so far for WrestleMania, we know we will have John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair, Gunther, Jey Uso, and then Bianca will be facing either Rhea Ripley or Io Sky. They will face off this week on Raw for the Women's World Title to figure out who will face Bianca at WrestleMania. But then we still have all the undercard titles, both the men's and women's Intercontinental and U.S. championships. Tag team titles, we'll see how those go. Those tie into WrestleMania plans, as well as there's always a celebrity or something that pops up, and there'll be some other little feuds here and there. Who's gonna fight Goldberg? Is that gonna happen this year? Lots of things that to still figure out on this road to WrestleMania. But I apologize for my impatience. Let Triple H cook. We are well on the road to WrestleMania now. A little bit of entertainment news. Sir Anthony Hopkins, legendary actor and Oscar winner, from like Silence of the Lambs, among other things, will be playing legendary boxing trainer Cus D'Amato. It'll be a biopic titled Cuss and Mike that'll be focused on the early parts of Mike Tyson's career and their relationship back then. So that should be pretty cool to see.
Do we know who's going to be play Tyson?
No, I didn't see anything on that yet. Welcome in, y'all. Thanks for being here. Appreciate the likes.
Who
you giving that L to this week?
You know who we giving that L to, bro. Nico.
Yo, that's exactly who I'm giving. There's one L this week.
Yeah, Nico gets the L. Nico is the L. Especially after the chance. Thank you, Nico.
And the shirts.
Shouldn't have been there, bro.
There were shirts on every seat that said, "Thank you, Nico," in Laker colors. That means he got one.
You might take the L of trade history. And that's saying a lot. And we will know for sure by the end of the season how big this L really gets.
What is the other most notable thing to you, if you can think of anything, that Nico Harrison has done?
Not one thing.
You know what the other most notable thing Nico Harrison has done?
But the Mavericks?
Well, no, he's the general manager. He doesn't own shit. He traded Jalen Brunson.
Terrible decision. You should have gave that man what he needed.
You trade Brunson, you turn around a year and a half, 2 years later, trade Luka. Those are the two biggest things. And people aren't going to think, oh, well, he got Anthony Davis. No, you got rid of Luka Doncic and you got rid of Jalen Brunson.
Trading your best player away a year after going to the finals is one of the most ridiculous things and probably the most petty thing. He let his emotions get the best of him, honestly. And it's fucked up because Dirk and fucking Mark Cuban don't even want to fuck with the team no more. It's like that Dallas history is over with. It died.
That's over and done with.
The whole team there, man. And the Dallas fans deserve that.
A healthy Mavericks team I still believe in the Western Conference, but for now, until they can get healthy and come out of the West, Nico's holding the L for a very long time. I still can't wait until early next month when the Lakers go to Dallas and see all those purple and gold 77s since they banned the Dallas ones. And that's going to turn into a Laker home game.
Yeah, you know that's going down. Laker fans pull up everywhere. Well,
Exactly.
and the Luka fans.
Exactly, dog.
The Laker nation just got a little bigger. We got bigger with the Braun fans that came over, and now we even bigger with the Luka fans, man.
Exactly.
Keep it
Dallas
rolling.
has got to be like draped in purple and gold right now. Bully of the week.
Man, there's so many players that could take this. Steph Curry dropping the 50 ball. Steph Curry getting his first dunk since 2019. LeBron James about to pull up with the $50,000 points
So who?
scored. I'm gonna give it to Braun. Motherfuckers talk about 40,000 points. Now they gotta say 50,000 points. Enough said. Now y'all gotta say 50,000.
That's playoffs and regular season though.
That's fine.
So like yeah, cumulatively, but like it's still only like 40. What's he at? Like 43, 44? Something like 42?
Oh yeah, with regular season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not trying to take away from 50,000. He should kind of take a miniature L because he was 1 point away from getting it tonight.
Yeah, and are we on the road next game too?
I believe.
Yeah, you should have got that at home for sure.
I'm gonna give my bully of the week to Donovan Mitchell for that comeback against Boston, ruining Jason Tatum's 46-point game with a 41 piece of his own, coming back from 20 plus down. Boston be blowing leads. They blew a lead to Denver earlier today. They ended up pulling that win off, but they had Denver down 20 and they got back to within 3. So to me, that's promising on the Denver side and the Western Conference side because sure, Boston was missing Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. There was no Aaron Gordon for Denver either. So the Celtics have been showing lately that they're very beatable.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
So it'll be exciting to see. Like even before, if we don't get that Lakers Celtics matchup, it'd be interesting to see if the Cavs could take them out.
Right.
DeAndre Hunter deserved a bully this week too for what he did today. They came back from they were down like 18 today. Came back, he dropped like 32. They just picked him up 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean?
Probably third best pickup of the trade deadline for sure.
Very good pickup. Like that. That's something that can push them over the edge. It'll be cool to see if Cleveland can knock off Boston and then you get Cavs Lakers or something like that in the finals. You get the battle of the Bron teams. His hometown versus current team.
Low key, that I watched last season. Atlanta Hawks beat Boston twice. They had 2 games, like 2 out of the last 4 games of the season last season, and the Hawks put an ass whooping on the Celtics. And that was just last season. I know Javante went off for him, Javante Murray, but I know Hunter had a big deal in that too.
I'm pretty sure the Hawks beat them twice this year.
You know what I'm saying? So I know Cleveland been peeping this shit, and the size of Hunter and how he plays on both sides of the ball, he's gonna be a problem for Boston. He's gonna be a problem for Jaylen Brown because that's who they're gonna have to put on him.
Agreed.
And the more Jaylen Brown got to play defense is gonna take away from his offensive side of the ball. So Jason got to come through then and prove that MVP this year if he wants it.
And it wasn't even just that 40 piece from Donovan Mitchell. It was the dunk that switched the momentum over. That 2-hander that he cocked back, that Derek White swiped right over. Like, if he didn't cock that all the way back, that was getting blocked.
Yeah.
But that motherfucker was nasty, boy. There's been some dunks. There's been some dunks this week, too. Shaden Sharp had him a nice one. And got up there a couple times.
Trying to catch.
Today.
Boy, hit his head on the backboard, too.
Yeah, when Bradley Beal pushed him. If he would have caught that thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah, when somebody's under you and they touching you, yeah, you're like, fuck the ball.
Right.
Right.
Let me be okay.
Yep, exactly.
And the Cavs were the first team to get to 50 wins with that win today too.
Oh, very nice. They're for real. Boston better watch out.
Seriously.
I'm hoping Cleveland gets them the fuck out of here so we ain't gotta go, see them in the finals and win and have 2 rings over us instead of just 1.
Right. The big problem would be, I think, right now looking at the lineups is Porzingis, because we grabbed some of these other defenders, and even Luka's trying defensively. Like a lot of people would talk about the Lakers defense the last 15 or 20 games, but a lot of that was with Anthony Davis. But since Luka's got there, the effort on defense has still led to some pretty good defense out of LA.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that comes with coaching too. I mean, I'm sure they say we can't waste this moment of having two of the greatest players of all time on our team.
Agreed.
The role players got to roll.
Well said. Anything else for this one?
No, man, no. I think we'll have some more coming. Shout out Tank on the victory.
Yeah,
A lot of people didn't think he won that, but
it was
he got it
controversial.
done. Yeah, he got it done.
For sure. Well, please make sure to like, follow, comment, share, subscribe, recognize game, Gym Mint 10 Sports, myself in my bag apparel, CB the Bully, and all things recognize game. Also, the other shows on the Gym Mint 10 umbrella. More to the game, Triple Threat Wrestling, Age of the Geek. All of those dudes, man, shout out to them. We're building something really cool over there. Also, make sure you're bumping my guy, Raw Figgy. Next project coming out May 25th. Take It Back. We just dropped some merch with him, so check out his Instagram. It's at Raw Figgy for some of the stuff we just did with him. What you got, see?
Shout out to all the clients. Shout out to my new clients, my clients since day one, and the clients that is haven't booked yet.
Denver, Colorado, book with CB the Bully on Booksy.
We here.
Three Cuts and Styles.
We here. And we're waiting.
That was weird, but I dig it. That has been.
That's what my nigga Optimus Prime said. You know what I'm saying? All Autobots.
There you go. See, you didn't say it in Optimus' voice. It sounded weird when you didn't say it in his voice.
Okay. Word. Come get a cut.
This has been Recognized Game presented by Gym Mint 10 Sports. We'll catch y'all next week.